Hi, my name is Sébastien Foucan. Welcome to Transworld Sports. This is a Parkour. Towering team.
4 years ago, we travelled to Paris to report on a phenomenon that was taking over the streets of the French capital. Part acrobatics, part gymnastics and part climbing, parkour was about moving through an environment no matter what lay in your path. Its creator was Sébastien Foucan, a 27-year-old from Paris who came up with the concept as a means to combat the boredom and apathy of life in the suburbs.
Parkour is a way of moving and of seeing what's around you in a different way. It can be done in both a rural or urban environment. So it's not just about the streets, as you might think. It's all about moving forward, getting around or over obstacles in a fluid and stylish way.
Such was the impact of parkour, or free running as it became known, that Sébastien was soon attracting the attention of MTV, advertisers and documentary makers. Ideally practiced in groups, numerous gangs evolved, with Foucan's Yamakasi and then Taori groups the best known. But inevitably, for a sport that supported the collective but epitomized individuality, those gangs split up. Sébastien chose his own path.
Looking at it again, I can see that there are many good things. When you go back and see it again, you realize that lots of people have copied the methods we were using. But it's weird because it shows the beginnings. And when you think about what has happened since, well, many things have happened.
"4 years after using parkour as a means to fill the day, Sébastien was demonstrating his talents on the biggest stage of all. In Casino Royale, Sébastien's chase sequence with Daniel Craig's 007 is one of the highlights in the latest film of the James Bond franchise. It's as far removed from the suburban streets of his youth as you can get.
I feel a lot of pride because I know I'm in a big movie, which is exciting because James Bond is well known around the world. But that's not all. I had faith in the scene, and when I saw what we had shot, I knew we had done a great job. And when people applauded at the end of it, and then when there was a standing ovation, that was something good.
Action!
While the scene in Casino Royale lasts 5 minutes on screen, it meant 3 months' work on location in Prague and the Bahamas. The scene, which was the very first one to be filmed, set the tone for the rest of the movie and was a departure from recent Bond films, relying on the athletic skills and lightning speed of Sébastien rather than computer-generated imagery to provide the action and realism.
We had to make people feel that it was real. That was the challenge we set ourselves. That everything in Casino Royale was happening and that there wasn't an overload of special effects. I was proud because it showed that you didn't need computers to make people wide-eyed.
Notwithstanding the difference between the liberty of parkour on the French streets and using free running techniques on a tightly scheduled $150 million movie like the latest Bond, Sébastien felt free to express himself.
I was free to do what I wanted. We discussed beforehand what we wanted to do. And even if we had to do 15 takes of one scene, for me it was a game, and from that point of view, I didn't find it hard. I live my passion. It's inside me. There are no barriers. The barriers are the ones in your mind.
The film's success has brought Sébastien's work and the sport of free running to even wider attention, and that exposure can only increase as Casino Royale is released worldwide on DVD. Straight off the back of the movie, Sébastien then found himself as dancer and choreographer on Madonna's True Confessions tour for 6 months. His life has changed so immeasurably in the last 5 years, and especially in the last 12 months, that even he can scarcely believe it. What hasn't changed is his love of free running, a discipline he was instrumental in defining and to which he remains devoted.
For me, it's a way of life, something that I've been practicing for more than 16 years. That will never change, whatever happens. Even if the scene changes, it's something for me like eating and drinking. It's something I can't do without. It's something you just have to practice. The important thing is to transmit this art and teach it well. Like everything, you can perform things well or perform them badly, but the good thing that the feature showed is that we were good ambassadors. You can really communicate with people and inspire them to take up the sport. Now we have to continue this path, and it's going to be a long journey.